Yes.
Why do you believe that happened, and do you see that changing, and why?
I got labeled as difficult, my husband and my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate. And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I got to put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
No, in case you don't know, Mo told Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels to suck her private parts.
Not my private parts.
Well, you said if I had one, I want them three to suck.
I have with it, baby. When all of y'all said privately, to include Oprah, all of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you something.
That flexing, we got to flex a different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
But
we in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
We're in the money game. But let me tell you what the game is before the money game. Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity.
Before they start promoting him real hard, he took a hard one in his anal. And usually, like I say, whoever recorded it, they didn't record it for the public. That was a private video to keep him in line, just in case he wanted to say something. They threatened him with the video. Well, something must have happened where they leaked it. They did the same thing to Chris Brown. I don't know. I'm just telling you the truth. They got tape on Chris Brown. All of them. P. Diddy, Tyrese. That's why Tyrese is breaking down so much. They really want his daughter. And then he went back to Dubai. He trying to, you know why he went back to Dubai? To try to convince the people to let him off the hook, to try to do some more gay stuff. And they saying, we don't want to screw you no more, man. We want your daughter. It's time for you to get a blood sacrifice.
Don't take my baby, please. Don't take my baby. Don't take my baby. Oh, this is all I got. This is all I got. This is all I got. Don't take my baby, okay? I've been away from my baby for 2 months. I just want my baby. And no one's listening because no one's in the courtroom. I'm not doing anything illegal. But I don't want nobody. Oh my God, am I doing something illegal by doing this video? Or am I protected by the First Right Amendment or the amendment? Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My Shayla. My Shayla. And ain't nobody showing up for me. I got all these millionaire friends. I got billionaire friends. I've been there for you. Why nobody's there for me? Oh my God.
Why they coming after Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, now Sylvester Stallone? They don't want it. They're done. They'd already told him, you can do whatever you wanted to me. I'm not doing no more. So they all in alliance with each other saying, we got to take a stand. Because they won't stop. They do the sexual rituals. They drink blood. They drink urine. They do the poop. And then sometimes they have to be in disguise and watch it. Like watch a person get turned out. That's their duties too, to watch the rituals. And then they go to this dungeon where they get beat up. That's what they did to Rihanna. And they said Chris did it, but he didn't. I put all that in Chris Brown film. And if you didn't see that, shame on you. It's on 7th Stage. I did an R. Kelly video like a couple of years ago to explain everything Kelly's done. I did one on, there's a free one on Floyd Mayweather on my website. Yeah, well, it was on YouTube first before I shut it down. But yeah, I did a boxing video on Floyd. I did one on Dave Chappelle. I did the whole breakdown why Dave, absolutely that Maya Angelou, before she passed, asked him, did he sell his soul? And he just looked down. She said, I knew it. I did a film on Dave Chappelle. I got so much work. I can't recall everything because I got so many playlists, man. So you're missing some good stuff. Tyrese Gibson. Now I know I had my say on Tyrese. One of the first segments I did on him about how he selling his soul and sexual acts. Well, Tyrese is one of the top ones that he goes to Dubai and those foreign countries a lot this time of the year. And Tyrese is one of the main people that goes on Facebook and give his sermon about how to be prosperous and all this. He took several pictures on a private plane and a long shoot or Indian get up, but I call them dresses, but I know they're long shirts, and that's the common in Saudi Arabia. It was goldish brown, but really Tyrese went over there to hook up with his boyfriend. You can have sex with any amount of men. When Tyrese go to these places, he knows the exact place he's going, and they have the men meet him at a certain place, or he goes to a certain spot. He have sex with an enormous amount of men, and I'm not making this shit up. I knew that this guy get down like this way before Spanky said anything. That's how he got his first role in Baby Boy. He blew the executive producer. Spanky walked out. He went down with it. So now he's all irate and saying that he's getting rid of people that's holding him back. Also, he means Genuine. I mean, he's putting Genuine in the mix and all the rest of them. But the truth of the matter is, the gig is up because Tyrese is due for a blood sacrifice. So if he gives himself out as whoredom, he could perhaps beat the blood sacrifice. But sooner than later, he's got to give up his daughter or his mom. That's what they want. And they solicit celebrities and black men, and they may give them $2 to $3 million to have sex with them. So that's why they give them those private planes, and they go to Dubai and all these foreign countries and these foreign spots, and they have sex with these billionaires, anal, and they also perform fellatio. They have group sex with a bunch of men. Now they're going to take pictures in clubs like they was kicking it with women, and like they was just, bossing and gigoloing, and they was pretty much pimping the women, but really they was pimped out because they've been solicited to come there. They go to these foreign countries and they pay them a lot of money to get fucked. And these men line them up and they get fucked in their ass. I mean, by tons of men, and they fuck men in the ass as well. I mean, they perform fellatio. Tyrese is on so many private cams, hidden photos. There's so many photos of Luda getting dug out. I'm talking Ludacris right now. He's a homosexual. He's bisexual as well. He spends a lot of time overseas too. He's just one of them. Those are just two that I named. But most of them with a lot of money, the Jay-Z's and all these guys but Tyrese is pretty much showing you what he is. He's just hiding it. Okay? Also, why did Tyrese take Paul Walker's death so hard? Because him and Paul was lovers. Paul Walker was pimping Tyrese. Tyrese was Paul Walker's lover. You get what I'm saying? So that's why he took it so hard. Now, I know some of y'all can't believe that a masculine guy like Paul wasn't down with all this gay stuff, but he was. Because you love Tyrese to death, and you just love celebrities. And most of these people that comes out to defend Tyrese, they're 15 to 25. Y'all don't know shit, man. And it's that I don't have, it's not that I don't respect you. You don't respect yourself. You believe anything a celebrity tell you. If your parents told you what I'm telling you, think they're crazy. People like Tyrese are scanning the globe for new bait, like new fresh meat. You see, that's seriously, they're looking for fresh meat. So when he comes back from Dubai, it's like he done paid off his sins, and got dug out. And while he was getting dug out, they paid him about $2 or $3 million to get fucked in the ass. Shit, you mad at my music because you don't like it. Dude, my music is the last thing that's on your mind. You don't have a mama. You don't have a daddy. You don't have no education. You don't have shit to look forward to. So you come to Yash Kara and vent off some fucking music, or because how I pronounce my words? That is so ludicrous to me when you live in worse conditions.
The Italian government tonight put the entire country on lockdown. All Italy now a zona rossa, a red zone. Before, the restrictions only applied to northern and central Italy. But tonight, the country that invented the term quarantine told its 60 million people they should stay at home. American Ali Asplin is on a U.S. military base in northern Italy.
But we're just doing the best we can, and the commanders are doing the best they can to keep people calm and give them the information that they deserve to know.
There are those furious at being confined. 6 died in prison riots in Italy. Inmates worried they're locked in with a killer they can't see. Italy's sweeping restrictions came just hours after the World Health Organization came within a hair's breadth of calling this a global pandemic.
Now that the virus has a foothold in so many countries, the threat of a pandemic has become very real.
In Israel, the government announcing all citizens returning from abroad will be put in quarantine. But in China, where the virus originated, some encouraging news. 11 of the 14 emergency hospitals crash-built for the virus are closing, according to state TV. And the number of new cases, says the government, is declining. But the genie is already out of the bottle. Several virologists I've spoken to say we actually have no idea how many coronavirus infections there are because few countries have done widespread testing. But they expect the U.S. will increasingly become a hotspot.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
Been reported here in the United States, the latest in Washington state. And at this hour, the number of cases topping 200.
Congress has now passed an $8 billion emergency coronavirus funding bill to help battle the spread, sending that bill straight to the president's desk.
We have team coverage starting with Whit Johnson here in New York, where cases have doubled. Good morning, Whit.
George, good morning to you. New York's governor is opening an emergency operations center as several thousand people have been told to self-quarantine. Most of those linked to one single patient at this hospital behind me. Across the country, health officials are rapidly trying to ramp up their testing and contain the spread. Coronavirus test kits flown in by helicopter to that idling cruise ship off the coast of San Francisco. This morning, more than 2,400 passengers on the Grand Princess cruise now ordered to stay in their rooms until they can be evacuated. A 71-year-old man who sailed on the Grand Princess last month died of COVID-19, the state's first death linked to the illness. At least 20 people on board reportedly showing symptoms. A nurse from Northern California now under quarantine after treating an infected patient, issuing this anonymous statement through a union representative, criticizing the way the CDC has handled the outbreak.
The national CDC would not initiate the test.
Seattle has seen the virus spread to at least 70 patients. Take a look at the city's iconic Pike Place Market, normally bustling with tourists and shoppers. On Thursday, virtually deserted.
It's like a ghost town.
Some of the Emerald City's biggest employers ordering workers to stay home. Overnight, Microsoft and LinkedIn confirming one worker from each company testing positive for the virus. Amazon and Facebook already closing their offices until at least Monday amid the outbreak. In nearby Kirkland, the Life Care nursing home has seen at least 8 of its residents die. Families are outraged at the lack of response and communication from the CDC, the facility, and local authorities. Colleen Mallory spoke with our Kaylee Hartung about her mother, Peggy, who shares a room with one of the patients who died from the virus.
Have you asked them to test her?
Yes.
And what do they say?
She's not showing symptoms. She doesn't have a fever. She's not coughing. So, yeah.
Even though she had a roommate?
Even though she had a roommate that was sick.
And now another major American city seeing the virus spread within its borders. Harris County, Texas, home to Houston, confirming 3 cases overnight. In New York, the number of cases doubling to 22. At least 18 linked to that Westchester County lawyer who is still hospitalized. The other patients have had no known contact with the infected individual. More than 2,700 people in the state are currently self-quarantined. Meanwhile, growing fear and outrage in New Hampshire, where an employee at Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center returned from a trip to Italy symptomatic. He had been told to self-isolate but broke the quarantine attending a party. Now both he and another person linked to him have been confirmed as New Hampshire's first 2 cases.
Here in New York, the mayor is telling anybody who traveled to any of those 5 hardest hit countries to immediately self-quarantine for 2 weeks. The health commissioner is also ordering a number of city employees to be tested for the virus if they show any sign of symptoms at all.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.